Hi everyone, good afternoon. Thanks for joining in today's session. I am Charmi Gogri Shah, head nutritionist, yoga and lifestyle expert, working with Luke Coutinho. And as you all know, I'll be discussing today about important superfoods for eye health and simple basic yogic exercises for better vision. Honestly, I was quite thrilled to see the response from the people I was getting who wanted to register for this session. So it's amazing that you all want to take care of your eyes, and why wouldn't we? It's after all one of the most important sensory organ in the body. So if I ask you all right now, how much time of the day do you use your eye every single day? What would your answer be? Y'all can use the chat box and revert to me. 6 hours, okay. 24/7, okay. 16 to 18 hours. Amazing. Any other responses? More than 12 hours, 16 hours. Amazing. Great. I think some of you all have rightly said 24 by 7 as well. And that's right, because our eyes are like almost active throughout the day unless we sleep or meditate. That's the only time our eyes are getting rest. So it's difficult for our body to do our day-to-day task as well without the proper vision or eyesight. Just for an experiment basis, for 5 minutes tomorrow when you wake up, close your eyes and try doing your basic day-to-day routine, like brushing your teeth or going to washroom or stuff like that, and check how difficult even the simplest of day-to-day thing becomes so difficult without the vision. So if that is so important, why aren't we taking care of it? Like, we often hear people doing upper body workout or lower body workout and all of the other things, but rarely people speak about doing eye workout or amazing eye exercises, right? But we got to break that, because off lately we're hearing so many of them are complaining about unexplained headaches, redness, watery eyes or irritation, itchy eyes, all of the other things, even dry eyes for that matter. And while cause of this can be many, from pollution to lack of sleep to fatigue to overuse of certain chemicals or something like that, but in my experience the number one cause of all this could be the increase in the screen time these days. If you see these days, even the young kids have specs at a very early age, where when you compare that to your great grandmothers or grandmothers, they rarely used to use specs throughout the entire life. And these days it's not our fault also, because a lot of the things are just a phone click away, like from your banking to shopping to networking to your business to even connecting with people and staying in touch, everything is on phone. And most of the people are working from home using the laptop and computers, and in their break time as well, they'll just nicely pull out their phone and distract themselves. So again, after one screen exposure, another screen exposure happens. So there are a lot of things actually that we can do to take care of our vision, and simplest would be, if you're stepping out for some work, just use the UV blockers, or probably if you're using your screen late night, especially after the daytime day hours, daylight gets lesser and lesser, you may want to use the blue cut glasses also to reduce the pressure on your eyes. So today's session, I will be talking about two broad aspects of eye care. One is about the superfoods, the important nutrients, and the second would be the simple eye exercises that you should be doing. So let's start with the superfoods first. So talking about the superfoods, the nutrients of prime importance would be lutein, zeaxanthin, antioxidants like vitamin A, C, E, omega-3, zinc, all of these things. If I have to give you, few classic examples of these nutrients, prime most would be your nuts and seeds. So nuts like almonds or walnuts or flax seeds, pistachios also for that matter, are excellent. You must use that. A lot of people I know, they fear these nuts and seeds, like, oh, I have cholesterol, I can't have these nuts. Oh, but I'm on a weight loss journey, I can't have these nuts. But that's not true. If you exactly know how to use it in a right way, then these nuts are not going to do any harm to you. So just, a handful of it, not more than that. And that also you spread it, through your day. And avoid all the roasted and the salted ones. Just the plain raw ones you can have. Perhaps you can soak it to improve the nutritional content of it, and you can incorporate these things. So this, the healthy fat which is present in this nut will actually, line your condition your mucosal lining, all over the body as well. So those are about the nuts. The second important category of food, I would say, is all those citrus fruits. So oranges, lemons, pomelo, and all of these things. You can also look forward to yellow to red to orange colored fruits and vegetables in your day-to-day routine, and also dark green leafy vegetables as well, like spinach, kale, even wheatgrass for that matter. It is one of the simplest to grow at home, and you can incorporate it, like you can grow it like within 5 to 6 days, and you can easily use it also in your meals. Easiest would be to make juice and all of it. Coming back to food again, egg is also a classic superfood for your eye health. And a lot of people again fear the yolk, they only consume the white, but that is what nature has given us, yolk and the white. So try and have it the way it is, unless you have, a medical restriction to not have certain things, then that's a different story. But if you're a normal, healthy individual, you must have it the way the nature has given us. So these are just the, superfoods in brief. Talking about the practical ways to incorporate this, maybe, like I said, yellow to orange to red colored, fruits and vegetables, you can probably just squeeze out, juice of carrot, pumpkin, and a little bit of wheat grass, topple it with some nuts over it, and make a, eye friendly juice, which goes, in every day to day routine. Or probably you can make nuts and seeds. Using the nuts and seeds, you can make energy bars or laddus or something of that sort. Or you can simply make egg omelette using this, green leafy vegetables as well. There are multiple ways you can use it. Just be aware of these nutrients and look out for these nutrients in your day-to-day consumption. So that's about the nutrition part of it. Let's quickly jump to the exercise part of it, because this is something that I encourage you all to practice it every single day. At least do it twice. And if you think that your screen exposure is little more than the usual, then you may also do it thrice. Perhaps when you wake up, once before you sleep, and once between your work hours as well. Also, if you feel, while you're working, you feel dull or something like that, you can do it for one extra time as well. That's absolutely okay. So your body at times will be able to give you signals to you. Our eyes also are great medium of communication. If you are happy, your eyes will be like so sparkly and glittery that person can feel that, while in conversation with you. And at the same time, when you're sad or depressed or something like that, again, your eyes will be able to communicate that. So don't let your eyes communicate that you are tired or, having a dull or a bad day. Rather, let's focus on doing these exercises on a regular basis. So talking about the eye exercise, there are two categories in that once again. So first one is the Drushti in yogic language, and the second is Tratak. So first, let us start. What is this Drushti about? So when we are starting this Drushti exercises, the prerequisite of it is you sit straight, like in a comfortable posture. You take a back support or anything, that's okay. Your chin should be parallel to the ground throughout, and your face should be steady. Since this is an eye exercise, only your eyeballs should move, nothing else. So the very first exercise in this would be holding the eyeball in each of the 4 directions. So all you have to do is, like, if you're starting Drushti, just, follow all the prerequisite and look at one of the directions. Supposingly, if I'm looking at my right, I'll try to keep my face steady and look as right as possible till the time I feel, okay, I am not able to look any further and it's making me uncomfortable. So that's the time where I'll slowly come to the center and close my eyes and relax for a few seconds. After that, I'll move my focus to the opposite direction. Now I'll look at the left gradually. And once I feel, okay, I cannot look any further, I'll just close and then again open to up or down direction. So I'll complete all the 4 directions that way. So you may want to start with, 5 counts, 6 counts, or 10 counts, depending on how much you're able to be comfortably do it in those in each of these 4 directions. And it's also very important that you close your eyes in between for that rest and relaxation. Even when you are doing any sort of weight training or anything, you often have these repetitions and sets and all of that, wherein in between you do take rest for a while. So that's when your muscles start to recover and get some relaxation as well. So eyes also, the similar rules apply. So if you rest and relax, you will sort of reduce the pressure on the eyes and you will not overstrain them by doing these stretches. So that's one, wherein directional hold, that is known as. The second one is the circular movement. Now you have to keep the face steady and just move the eyeball in the circular, the clockwise direction, and then you move into the anti-clockwise direction. And you may do like 3, 4, 5 counts depending on your comfort levels. Close your eyes and then start the anti-clockwise. I'll just demonstrate one round and then you'll understand how it's done. So something like this. Try to look as up as possible and then slightly just gradually move your eyeballs. So this completes one cycle, and as you're moving, you'll understand how slowly you got to move your eyeballs. So that's the second one, wherein anti-clockwise and the clockwise you will move. The third one is the diagonal movements. Now in this, you have to make sure you are making sort of a cross from your eyeballs. So like right top to left bottom, and then left top to right bottom. So something, so you may not be able to do it comfortably with someone's instructions, but you try and do it on your own. So all you have to do is, like, with your eyeball, you're just making a cross. So I'm doing something like this and then this. I'm doing this and then this. So you're making the cross, as many crosses as you want. So that's about the diagonal movements. Now the fourth one is blinking. So normally, any dust or any particle that goes in the eye, the natural body's response is we just blink, so that we create that, tear gland, we activate that tear gland, that moisture is created and that dirt is, sort of thrown out of the body, out of the eye that way. But often, because of this screen exposure, we are like so glued to the screen all the time, we forget to blink also. So while doing these exercises, you have to do a conscious blinking and blink till the time you feel tired. Something like this, rapidly you do. Like, it may seem funny to you right now, but then this is how it is done. So rapidly you just blink, 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 blink. And once you're tired, you just close your eyes and relax for a while before you move to the next exercise. So the fifth exercise in Drushti category is focus points. So what you have to do is you have to focus at a near and a far spot. So a nearest spot would be between your eyebrows. So while keeping your face and everything steady, just, place both the eyeballs and focus on the tip of your uh, nose or between your eyebrows. So something like this. And you may feel, you may be able to see few of your eyebrow hairs, and it may feel a bit of, uncomfortness while doing this thing. You may get a little bit of headache and all, but as long as you're able to tolerate, you do it. After you've done this, close your eyes, and as you open, straight away focus on the tip of your nose. And after you're done with that, you close your eyes again, and you just extend your arm forward and look at the tip of your thumb. That is one way. Or maybe, like 2 or 3 feet away, if there is any spot, you can just focus on that spot till the time you're comfortable. And when you're focusing, you have to make sure you're not blinking. If you blink, which means your eyes are tired and you can't see anymore, so you may just want to take break that time. And the last exercise in the Drushti category is, rapid contraction and relaxation. So, you have to contract, like squeezes as tight as possible, as if you're scared of something, and so tight. And then when you're opening it, you open it like wide open. And then again, you contract and again you open. And one important point which I missed mentioning in the prerequisite is, when you're starting this Drushti exercise, if you're wearing contact lenses or anything, you may want to remove that while you're doing these exercises. You can even remove your specs aside while you're doing this exercise. So that's about the Drushti. And after you finish all the 6, Drushti exercises, you get these eye cups easily on Amazon. So all you have to do is, you have to fill the normal, room temperature filtered water in that. No need of any special preparation. Just fill it with water and place it on your eye, and just open and close couple of times, so that the eye gets clean from inside. And then you have to throw this water, fill a fresh water, and then you do the second eye. And for the hygiene purpose, I would recommend you to use, your separate cup. Like, you don't share it with any of your family members. You may want to have different cups for different family members that way. So this will complete one, session of Drushti exercises. And trust me, this will not even take more than 3 or 4 minutes of your time when you're doing this exercise. Even if you're, stuck in any meeting or a conference or something, you can still do these exercises without really getting up from your desk. You can do it at your comfort, at your leisure, but doing is very important to reap the benefits of it. Now, the second category of exercise which I was talking about is Tratak. So in Tratak, all you have to do is, you again have to sit in a very comfortable posture. Prefer sitting on a floor, like in Ardha Padmasana, Vajrasana, Sukhasana, any basically simple posture. And if you are not comfortable, you may sit on a chair as well. All you have to do is, you have to take a candle and keep the flame of it at the level of your eye. And the candle should be about 1.5 to 2 feet away from you. And you have to look at the tip of the candle without blinking your eyes. So you just have to look straight at the tip, try to focus. This is sort of a meditation also in itself. And it's best if you darken your room a bit, so that only point where you're focusing is on the tip and nothing else. So it's a good form of meditation. And at the same time, because you are looking continuously without blinking, eyes start to water. And with that water, with that tear which flows out from your eyes, that is what is going to cleanse your eyes. So after you're done with that Tratak, all you have to do is just, rub your palms, create that heat energy, and just place it on your palm before you are ready to open your eyes and just get back to your routine. So this, this yogic eye exercise which we just spoke about has both physical benefits as well as the mental benefits. And physical benefits, something like it improves your vision. Mental benefits, like it improves your concentration, it improves your focus, and all of those things as well. So I'll just quickly recap those things in a while, but let me open the platform for question and answers now. And this is more like a preventive thing that you are doing for your eye care. And if you have any special eye condition or something, then that must of course be needing a specialist attention, like ophthalmologist or a healthcare practitioner. This is just a very simple day-to-day practice which you can incorporate in your lives, your children's life, or your parents' life as well. So yeah, I'm open to questions if you have any.
Thanks so much, Charmi. That was really, really informative. I thought, I'm going to be trying those exercises myself. I already have a numbered pair of glasses, but yeah, I'm going to definitely try that. We have a few questions that have already come in. And one is, what should I eat more during menopause for my eyes?
There's no different category that way for menopause, not menopause. The food groups which I mentioned, those are something which is going to make your eye healthy. But try to incorporate those dark green leafy vegetables, your eggs, your nuts and seeds in a right manner, citrus foods, and all of those things.
Right. Is there any specific number of hours or how many times in a week that do we need to practice this?
In a day, let's aim to practice it twice. And if your screen exposure is a little bit more, practice it thrice. And Tratak, the candle meditation, which I spoke about, you may want to do that about once in a week. That's absolutely okay. But, the Drushti exercises should be done twice, thrice in a day.
Okay. A number of parents are talking about how their children's exposure to, the screen and stuff like that for online classes are about 5 hours a day. And they also have, powered glasses now. So is there anything specific for children that you can mention?
Yeah, it's really very unfortunate that these days a lot of online schooling is happening. But that should not be an excuse to, overuse the phone. Even prior to all these things, children at a very young age have been, shown the phone or a TV so that they start eating and all. First, you cut down those practices, because this is something you can cut down. Online schooling is something that you must attend, for your better education. Maybe you continue with that, but of course 5 hours at a stretch you will not have classes. You will have breaks in between, your toilet breaks or your food breaks or anything. Just practice any of these 6 exercises, not all 6 at a time. It's okay if you don't have time. Please practice 2 or 3 and it will be definitely beneficial.
Super. Thank you for that, Charmi. There's another question on, I suffer from severe dry eyes, which makes them red chronically. So is there any help or any suggestions that you can offer? Because the drops don't help very much.
See, drops and all will help you temporarily also if you change the brand and stuff, but it's all about the lifestyle changes that you can make. So maybe, when the daylight is reducing, try to use the blue cut glasses firstly, and secondly, do this Tratak meditation. Maybe for your case, you do it twice in a week to begin with, and then once, and do all the Drushti exercise. And I must say, you must invest in this eye cup as well. It's really going to be beneficial to you.
Okay, super. So would you say that any eye exercise for betterment of eyesight can reduce the number as well, in case we have number classes?
Yes, of course. So only exercise is not going to do the job. You got to eat also well, the superfoods and all of that as well. But of course, it will happen with time.
Okay, okay. Is there any reason for muscle twitching in the lower eyelid?
Yeah, that's not related to this, I would say.
Okay, okay. So there are a lot of questions related to dry eyes and, redness of eyes. There's also a question on whether laser treatment is something that is advised.
So anything unnatural, we would not advise. You must accept yourself the way you are. If you need to use glasses, you may use it for that period. It's absolutely a personal choice. I wouldn't have any word in that.
I know this is not related to the eyeball per se, but is there anything that you want to talk about in terms of dark circles around the eyes, related to probably,
right,
and what they can do, especially for children, that it has developed.
Right. So dark circles, I would say, is quite often an inside-out approach. You must check, how well your child is eating. You got to test the kidney functioning test and all of those things. In fact, we had a very amazing session on dark circles previously by Charmi Gala, who is also one of the head nutritionists. So you must check that out as well. But certainly external applications like raw potato juice, the parsley juice, and all of that is going to help. But it's more like an inside approach. So start eating well and healthier meals.
Okay, super. There's another question about the candle exercise. If you could, recap that for us, please.
Okay, sure. So you have to sit in any comfortable posture on the ground preferably, but for any reasons you're not able to sit on the ground, you can sit on the chair as well. And just keep the candle like about 1.5 to 2 feet away from you, and the tip of that flame should be at the level of your eyesight. If it is lower or above, it may strain your neck over the time, and that may not result in a very effective eye meditation exercise. The whole idea is your entire body should be comfortable and you're just looking at the tip of the flame effortlessly and without blinking. So the moment you start watering, let it flow. That's okay. No need to wipe and all. And after you feel that, okay, you cannot watch any further and you want to close your eyes, you close your eyes and then you just, create that heat energy and place it on your eyes. That's what completes the Tratak candle meditation. I'll also be posting a short video on demonstrating this little later. So I'll be posting on my Instagram as well, so you can check it out later.
Reiterating your point, there's another question on, having a lower number. So in order to increase the number, what do people need to do? Should they continue wearing glasses or stop wearing it and just do the exercise, or the exercise and food and wear the glasses? So how would you respond to that question?
Right. No, you must wear it until and unless your ophthalmologist asks you to not wear it. But this lifestyle changes should always be in hand what you're currently doing it, and with proper lifestyle and all, your vision will improve, so automatically your numbers will start reducing and probably one fine day you will be off them.
Okay, great. Again, how often should, or how frequently should the candle exercise be done?
For a normal and healthy individual just looking forwards to preventing your eye, once in a week is fine. But someone who is experiencing a lot of dry eyes already, they may want to do it twice in a week.
Okay. Another question about nutrition. How should carrot and nuts be consumed?
So you can just, if you, get carrots, you can just peel it off and make a juice, like a smoothie, vegetable smoothie using carrot and water. You can add a little bit of wheatgrass as well, because that's excellent for your eye health. And you can just topple with some nuts over it, or nuts and seeds. You can make a laddu or a chikki or something like that at a home level, and you can incorporate that.
We have just about a minute left. If you could quickly recap what we've covered so far, that would be great.
Yeah, okay, sure. So we began the session first understanding why it is important, like how important our sensory organ is. Then we spoke about, what are the symptoms people are often facing, from redness to dry eyes to watery eyes and all of those symptoms. We spoke about the causes in brief, and the number one probably could be the overuse of screen. Then we jumped on to the nutrition part of it, where we spoke about the nutrients like vitamin A, C, E, omega, lutein, zeaxanthin, zinc, and all of those. And then we moved to the yoga exercise. The part one was Drushti and the part two was Tratak. So in Drushti, there were about 6 exercises. One was the directional hold. Second was the circular motion. The third was the diagonal motion. The fourth was you blink it. The fifth was focus, near far focus points. And the last one was contract and relax. And the Tratak was all about the candle meditation, which we spoke about. So I will also be releasing 3 videos after the session over the next 1 week maybe. So first video will talk about these exercises in brief, like an intro session. The second will talk about the practical demonstration of each of these exercises in case you may want to refer it at some point. And the third one would be the demonstration of Tratak meditation as well.
Great. Thanks so much, Charmi. For all those who have questions, and there are so many that are still there in our Q&A section. For all those who have any questions and would like to reach out to Charmi, you can do so on Charmi's Instagram handle, which is healthspire_with_Charmi. It's in the chat section, so you can pick it up from there, and you could reach out to Charmi for any additional questions with regards to eye health. With that, I'd like to thank you, Charmi, for taking the time and sharing such informative pieces of information with us. And with that, I'll close the call. Thanks everyone for participation, and Charmi for your time again.
Thank you so much, Tina. Thanks everyone. I hope you all practice the eye exercises.